Hej, siemaneczko wam wszystkim ludzie, z tej strony Arturo, witam was na swoim kanale i zapraszam na kolejny odcineczek z Gabriela Knighta. Rozpoczynamy dzień 5. Mamy księgę Rada. Cóż to za księga?
The book contains several pages of Rada drum codes.
Różne kody Rada, tak? Dziennik Guntera.
Gabriel reads through the pages Wolfgang marked. He reads of Gunther Ritter's journey to Charleston as a witch hunter, hired by the townsmen to solve a series of ritualistic murders. He reads about Gunther's meeting with the beautiful slave woman, Tetelo, and of Gunther's tormenting urges for her.
Poor bastard.
He reads of their physical union and passion, and of Gunther's investigation into the murders. The victims were all crew members on a certain slaving expedition to Africa, it seems. The second to the last entry describes Gunther's plan to set a trap for the coven committing the murders. He'd found a name on one of the surviving members of the crew, a man now living in the West Indies. Gunther has spread a false rumor that the man is returning to Charleston. He himself will impersonate a sailor and allow himself to fall into the hands of the coven. Naturally, Gunther has arranged for able-bodied assistants to follow and attack the coven before they can do him harm.
Ballsy son of a bitch, wasn't he?
Gabriel turns to the final entry of the journal.
Drogi ojcze, potraktuj me ostatnie słowa jako szczere przeprosiny za to, że zrujnowałem reputację naszego szlachetnego stanowiska rodowego. Kobieta, o której pisałem, Tetelo, była wiedźmą, której szukałem. Zgrzeszyłem okrutnie, ojcze. Pokochałem ją, potem ją zdradziłem, a w końcu użyłem świętej mocy naszego rodu, aby ją uwolnić i pomóc jej w rozbiciu tej kolonii. Talizman zniknął, Tetelo go zabrała. Mogę jedynie modlić się o to, by szybko go odzyskać, a tak, żeby ma kara w piekle była długa i dotkliwa. Twój niegodny syn. No dobra. Dość ciekawa notatka. Spróbujmy porozmawiać z Grace.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Okej, nic nie podświetla się na żółto, tak więc nie możemy nic nowego się jej zapytać. Ale mogę zrobić to tak.
Does this mean anything to you?
Yeah, I read it. So should you.
To nam pomogła. Zapytajmy się jej o księgę Rada.
Does this mean anything to you?
Sure, I ordered it for you, remember?
Oh yeah, right.
Spoko. Nie patrzyliśmy jeszcze, co znajduje się w gazecie. Może kolejna miejscówka, którą będziemy musieli odwiedzić.
Times dated June 22nd, 1993. Disgusted with the state of the Voodoo murder case, Gabriel turns right to his horoscope. The shadow upon you is no longer reversible.
Wonderful.
Po co on w ogóle czyta te wszystkie horoskopy, skoro to i tak są pierdoły? Festiwal Mistrzów Jazzu Dixieland. W najbliższy weekend gościć będziemy już 15-doroczny Festiwal Mistrzów Jazzu Dixieland, całodniową imprezę plenerową poświęconą jazzowi wszelkich gatunków i dla osób w każdym wieku. Muzycy grać będą za darmo w wielu różnych miejscach, w tym na całej ulicy Bourbońskiej, a wiele lokalnych restauracji, kawiarni i barów także zapewni miejsce na koncerty. W rubryce Lokalne wydarzenia znajdziesz szczegółowy grafik wykonawców i miejsce występów. Okej. Koncerty jazzowe. Co my tutaj mamy jeszcze w ekwipunku? List od Wolfganga. Chyba nic więcej tutaj zrobić nie możemy, tak więc wyjdźmy na miasto.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
Aha, mamy nową miejscówkę, zapomniałem całkiem o tym. Rezydencja Moonbeam. Czyżby to była jakaś wróżka voodoo?
Welcome, Seeker. You must be the one Dr. John called me about.
I guess so. My name is...
Wait! Gabriel Knight.
You're too quick for me.
Actually, Dr. John told me. You have come to the right place, Mr. Knight. Tell me how I can help.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Of course, Seeker.
Voodoo, zapytajmy ją o voodoo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
My practice is mainly selling charms and potions with magic power, such as gree-gree and voodoo oils. You know, everything from unrequited love to wandering spouses to winning a lawsuit. But my spells and charms are powerful, and they work.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Much of a voodooienne's work is protecting her clients from the spells of others. I make special protective gree-gree to be worn in secret. They keep evil spells from working against my clients.
Okej.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
The recipes for voodoo charms have been handed down from master to apprentice for centuries.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I have told you all it is proper for you to know, Mr. Knight.
Morderstwa voodoo.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Why, that has nothing to do with me and my clientele. But I can tell you that you should stay as far from it as possible. There is badness there. Very bad.
Morderstwa voodoo.
So you don't think the voodoo aspects of the case are fake?
Fake? Let me tell you about fake. If I get information through the grapevine and make use of it, is that fake? No. That is part of a voodooienne's power. If people don't believe, there's not much I can do. But if they do believe, that is a part of my power too. But there are things, monsieur. Things not even a little bit fake, I can tell you. Believe it or not, but stay away from it.
Sądząc po jej wyrazie twarzy, troszeczkę zdenerwowaliśmy tym pytaniem. Ale będziemy cisnąć dalej.
What do you mean? Do you know something about the case?
I work hard on fine-tuning my spiritual antennae, Monsieur Knight. And I get a clear signal from that direction. Beware.
Nowy Orlean.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans is the center of voodoo practice in the United States.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
It is a fascinating city with many dark secrets.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
It is my favorite place in the world.
Czy wiesz coś o wężach?
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? You mean like my beloved Grimwald? She's a python, you know, quite deadly in the wrong hands. I was trained by one of the great voodoo queens to learn how to hypnotize and handle snakes.
Ta laska ma węża. Może to ona się kręciła po plaży i zabiła tamtego gostka?
Tell me more about snakes.
Oh, I wouldn't want to give away my trade secrets.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve. It is the greatest night of the voodoo year. There is always a traditional conclave on St. John's Eve. Most of our voodoo churches these days hold functions in the church hall. But in the old days, they had ceremonies out in the wild. They wore animal masks and had a huge bonfire and dancing. I used to go when I was an apprentice. Sometimes in the swamp, you know, Bayou St. John. Sometimes at the lake, Lake Pontchartrain.
My też mamy maskę krokodyla. Cabri Sankor.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Sankar means?
No, I don't.
Wewe.
Do you know anything about Veves?
I don't know anything about that.
Maria Laveau.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Oh, yes. She was the first of the great voodoo queens.
Zwierzęce maski.
Tell me about the animal masks.
I saw them used once or twice when I was younger, but you don't see them much anymore. They're too close.
Too close to what?
Just bad karma.
Ha. Po rozmowie pokażemy jej maskę krokodyla. Ciekawe jak zareaguje. Sanktuarium Voodoo.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndful?
There are many voodoo churches in New Orleans, no?
Yes, but have you heard of a secret voodoo houndful?
Wherever did you hear such a ridiculous story? There is no such thing.
Czarne Voodoo.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
It is the oldest, darkest heart of voodoo.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
There are some things it's better not to know about, Monsieur Knight.
Ogon Badagri.
Does Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
I don't know anything about that.
Dambala.
Have you ever heard of Dambala?
I don't know anything about that.
Have you ever heard the word Schattenjäger?
I don't know anything about that.
Coś o niej. Czy chcemy wiedzieć coś o tej babce? Wydaje się troszkę nawiedzona. Ale dobra.
Tell me about yourself.
Yes? What would you like to hear?
Biznes.
How did you get into this business?
I trained in the voodoo arts for many years with the great Queen Tabitha.
Really? Who's she?
You have never heard of her? For shame. I can see you know little of the world of magic.
I'm beginning to get that impression, yes.
Dlatego przyszliśmy do niej, żeby się dowiedzieć coś więcej.
What kind of people come to see you?
Seekers after the truth, such as yourself.
Hobby.
Do you do anything else?
I'm a voodooian. That is plenty. It takes much spiritual effort.
Kapłanki Voodoo.
How many voodooians are there?
No one knows exactly. Many practice in secret. There are probably hundreds. But of course, the level and the power of the voodooians differ greatly, depending on their training and natural gifts.
Cokolwiek.
Tell me anything at all.
I haven't always lived in New Orleans. I came here from Kansas as a young woman.
I can't think of anything.
Very well.
Pogawędka. Grimwald. Co to jest Grimwald?
About Grimwald.
What about her?
Co to jest?
Where did you get Grimwald?
She belonged to a traveling reptile show. She was being terribly mistreated, so I offered to buy her. She's named after a spirit guide I had once. The spirit Grimwald was a very powerful female snake priestess in Egyptian times.
Grimwald doesn't sound Egyptian.
I only know what the spirits tell me, monsieur. I'm sure they know better than we.
Okej, czyli Grimwald to jest jej wąż.
How did you learn how to handle Grimwald?
I told you, a great voodoo queen taught me. She learned from Marie Laveau herself.
Uh-huh. Fascinating.
Łuska Grimwald.
Would you consider giving me one of Grimwald's scales?
No, I couldn't do that. You might do some gree-gree of your own, no? One must be very careful with such things. Hair clippings, nail parings, and snake scales.
Are you sure you wouldn't consider giving me one of Grimwald's scales?
I told you, I couldn't do that.
To nie. Proszę pokazać.
How about showing me how you handle Grimwald?
Really? You would like to see me dance, perhaps?
That would be swell.
No matter what you see, do not be frightened.
I'll give it my best shot.
Jakie zgrabne ma ciałko i te piersi. Ona ma węża. Ale ja widzę, że tam w klatce coś jeszcze wystaje. Chyba jeszcze jeden wąż. Klatka węża. Jej, jak ona się porusza. Ha, zajumaliśmy węża.
Gabriel grabs the shed snake skin while Magenta is otherwise occupied.
I co dalej?
Gabriel figures that many men have picked up things in Magenta's parlor, but he'd rather not.
No dobra, skończyła tańczyć i się nie zorientowała, że wzięliśmy skórę węża. W sumie to dobrze.
There. Truly inspiring, isn't it?
That's certainly one word for it.
Magenta wouldn't like Gabriel having that.
He, ona nam nie dałaby, ale my sobie sami wzięliśmy.
Can I ask you a few more questions?
Certainly.
Gri.
Give me an example of Gree.
All right. Here's an old one. Take a lodestone and some brimstone to a crossroads at midnight. Light the brimstone with a match. A spirit will come and give you advice in gambling.
Okej, dobra. Spróbujmy z nią pogadać na jakieś tematy. Księga Rada może coś nam powie na ten temat.
Gabriel can't see a way to use that.
Nie widzi sposobu na tego użycie, tak?
That doesn't seem to work that way. Gabriel can't see a way to use that.
A może pokażemy jej wężową bransoletkę? Powinna jej się spodobać.
Does this mean anything to you?
It's beautiful. I love it.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, but if you know where I can buy one.
Sorry, it would be rather hard to find one these days.
Oh, well, so be it.
No dobra. O, właśnie, pokażemy jej maskę krokodyla.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Yes, but we don't use those anymore.
To za dużo się nie dowiedziałem. List zegara... Myślę, że na ten temat nie będzie zainteresowana, ale spoko, spróbujmy.
Gabriel can't see a way.
Zdjęcie Ritterów, numer Wolfganga, artykuł o Voodoo. O, właśnie.
Gabriel can't see a way to use that.
Nie widzi sposobu na tego użycie. Odtworzone wewe.
Does this mean anything to you?
These are magical symbols. Deep magic.
Really? Have you seen them before?
No.
And how do you know they're magic symbols?
Seeker, my eyes are unveiled to see truly that which is in front of me.
Uh-huh. Thanks, tons.
Ale my tu mamy jeszcze jakieś dziwne symbole. Kod Voodoo, może coś na ten temat nam powie.
Do these symbols mean anything to you?
The Voodoo Code. It is very secret, yes. I studied it with my mentor, the great Queen Tabitha.
Really? Great. Can you tell me what it says?
I'm afraid I could never translate this code for an outsider such as yourself, Monsieur Knight.
Ale ja chcę wiedzieć coś na ten temat.
Are you sure you can't translate this for me?
As I said, it's a very secret code.
Surely you can see I'm trying to learn as much as I can here. How am I supposed to become an insider if you won't help me?
That's true, I suppose. Perhaps if the Loa were to grant you their approval,
How do I get that?
by using my Ask the Loa machine.
A machine?
Yes. A spirit guided me to it years ago in an antique store, and its guidance has never faltered. I trust it implicitly.
I see.
The spirits often work in mysterious ways, Mr. Knight. If you aren't willing to ask.
No, I'll ask. Let's see here.
Co to za maszyna? Kliknijmy na start. Zaufany gościu. Aha. Czyli ja teraz mogę zmieniać tymi literkami i muszę ułożyć słowo zaufany gościu. No dobra, górę już mamy, zaufany. Zajmijmy się dołem. Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć, sześć. Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć, sześć. Okej. Osi. No mieliśmy już prawie.
Well done, Mr. Knight. You have earned the Loa's approval.
Truly, it's an honor. Now, about that code.
Let me see. Well, some of it is nonsense, I'm afraid. Whoever wrote this wasn't very good.
That's all right. Just tell me what it says.
It starts with a D and J. Then, okay, this part makes sense. It says, conclave tonight, bring... Well, then there's more nonsense. F-W-E-T-K-A-S-H. The last bit might mean cash. Fresh cash? Doesn't make much sense.
That's okay. Thanks. D.J. Conclave K-A-S-H. It's a start.
I'm happy I could help.
DJ, dziś konklawę, zabierz kasę, będzie impra. No dobra, porozmawialiśmy sobie z Madame Moonbeam. Myślę, że na wszystkie tematy nam odpowiedziała. Tak więc ruszajmy się i chodźmy w miasto.
Well, I guess I'll be going now.
As you wish. The only vice is the absence of love.
I've heard that. Bye now.
Chyba jej się głowa odkręciła. Ta gra ma tyle błędów, ale one mnie tak śmieszą. No dobra, udajmy się w takim razie na Uniwersytet Tulane. Dzwonił do nas profesorek, że zbadał Wewę i wie, o co w tym chodzi. Podest. Tutaj nic nie ma. Ale możemy iść do biura Hadridża.
Hey, Partridge, what's the good word?
On nie żyje.
Partridge? Ah!
Okej.
Oh God, not again.
Wygląda trochę jak zombie. Pogadamy z nim?
Whatever Hartridge may have learned, he can't share it with Gabriel now. At least not vocally.
A rękę ma tak złożoną i te dwa palce, jakby przed chwilą palił papierosa.
That would be up to the coroner.
I'm not touching that body. He's...
The shelves behind Hartridge's desk are full of old books.
Biurko. Coś na biurku? Notatki.
Damn, this is his notepad. But the top sheet's been taken.
Aha. I pojawia mi się jakiś tekst.
Partridge's notes. This must be about the Veve. Thank God Partridge was a doodler.
Autentyk. Kto by mi mógł powiedzieć coś na temat tych notatek?
Before leaving the university, Gabriel notifies campus security about Hartridge's body.
Aż dziwne, że nie jest podejrzany. Dobra. Zobaczmy, co się znajduje w muzeum. Wow, jest noc.
Why is it so dark in here? Dr. John? Hello?
Tam widzę jakiegoś węża.
Uh-oh.
Dobra, musimy się jakoś uwolnić.
That won't help get the python off. That won't...
Co jest? Udusił nas!
I really don't want to be dead.
Zdecydowanie nie chcę być martwy. Możemy spróbować jeszcze raz. Rezurekcja na żądanie. $50. Nie zwracamy kosztów, jeśli twa miłość spróbuje cię pożreć. Ponów. Spróbujmy jeszcze raz.
Why is it so dark in here?
Muszę się jakoś uwolnić od tego węża.
Dr. John? Hello?
Tylko jak? Czy ja muszę coś wybrać z ekwipunku?
Uh-oh.
Może muszę okno otworzyć?
You bastard!
Good day, Mr. Knight.
That thing just tried to kill me.
He did. I am sorry. The museum is closed today, you see. We were not expecting visitors. But if you will excuse me, Mr. Knight, I must go look for him. He is incredibly valuable.
You don't need to ask twice. I'm out of here. By the way, you might want to lock your door the next time you're closed.
Not a bad idea. Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
Okej, zostaliśmy zaatakowani przez węża i jeszcze wyproszeni przez właściciela. Mamy notatki Hadridge'a. Może Grace nam coś wyszuka na ten temat. Dlaczego ja się udałem do katedry? Ja chciałem udać się do księgarni. Poprosimy Grace o wyszukanie informacji.
What happened to you?
Who, me? Nothing. Why?
You're kind of a pale green color. Come here.
Pale green, you say? Charming.
What's that on your face?
I'm sure you'll tell me.
Looks like a sparkly or something. Got it.
I love it when you pick stuff off my face, Grace.
Well, excuse me.
Co ona zdjęła z naszej twarzy?
There's something in the ashtray.
No widzę, że coś tam leży, ale chcę to wziąć. Poczekajcie, wybierzmy sobie lupę.
There's a snake scale in the ashtray.
To jest taka sama łuska, jak my mamy w ekwipunku.
Gabriel finds a snake scale in the ashtray. It's a souvenir from the museum's python.
No to już wiem, kto się kręcił wtedy przy jeziorze w czasie zabójstwa. No chyba, że każdy pyton ma takie same łuski. To jeszcze podejrzaną może być ta babka, ta wróżka, czy jak jej tam kapłanka.
He places the two scales together. The two iridescent scales are a perfect match. Gabriel has matched the Lake Pontchartrain scale with the scale from the museum python. That doesn't seem to work that way.
No dobra, spytajmy się Grace, czy może nam wyszukać coś na temat tego.
That doesn't work that way.
To nie zadziała w ten sposób, to co my musimy zrobić?
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Nie wiem, są dla nas jakieś nowe wiadomości?
Do you have messages for me?
I've given everything to you.
No skoro ja o wszystkim wiem, a jednak nie wiem.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
To może udamy się na posterunek policji. Odwiedzimy Mowsleya. Wow, cóż to za dzieci?
Hey there, girls.
The little girls stare at Gabriel, but say nothing to him.
Wiecie, z czym mi się to kojarzy? Z koszmarem z ulicy Wiązów. Tam też dziewczynki tańczyły, przeskakiwały przez skakankę i śpiewały tą straszną melodyjkę wzywającą Freddy'ego. Bębniarz, dobra. Chodźmy na posterunek, pogadamy z inspektorem, powiemy mu, co odkryliśmy, a czego nie odkryliśmy.
Knight, hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch. I have to tell you, bud, I'm pretty pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
Pacan wstał i usiadł. Śmierć Crasha.
Crash is dead.
What? What are you talking about? I let him go yesterday.
Yeah, and I watched him die yesterday at St. Louis Cathedral.
At the cathedral? I guess he was trying to get a last-minute A-train ticket, huh? Poor bastard.
I think you should go find the body at the morgue. He was killed by the Voodoo cult. Crash said...
Crash said? What, he mentioned pink elephants too?
Aren't you going to investigate?
Civilians. Did you actually see someone kill him?
No, actually I was with him when he died. Could have been poison, though.
Yeah, well, when they get the body in, they'll do a quick autopsy, standard procedure. If it's anything other than an overdose, I'll get a report.
Śmierć Hadridża.
There's been another murder. A professor at Tulane.
Oh, Christ. You're not gonna start this again.
Just listen. This guy's name is Hartridge. He was a professor in African Studies at Tulane. Well, yesterday I went to see him about the Voodoo murders case. He agreed to do some research for me. He calls me up this morning, tells me he's on to something big, and when I get over there, the guy's dead.
You know, you're really getting your ass in a sling over this thing, Knight.
It's not about me. Look, Hartridge's death looked just like Crash's. I'm telling you, they were both murdered. and by the same people who did the Voodoo murders.
Did either Crash or this new guy have their hearts ripped out?
No.
Then there's nothing to link either to the Voodoo murders MO. Besides that, the case is closed, Knight. If the coroner's report asks for a homicide investigation on either of these guys, fine. But it's not gonna be related to the Voodoo murders case unless we find damn good reason to do so.
But I'm the link to the Voodoo murders case. Don't you see?
Look, if I were you, I wouldn't repeat that to anyone. Because if I weren't an old friend of yours, I might take you seriously and lock you up. As it is, maybe you should start keeping your mouth shut and not involve other people with this shit if you think it's so dangerous.
Ogólnie powiem wam, że Mosley zachowuje się tak jak większość policjantów w naszym kraju. Nie mogą do czego dojść, zamykają sprawę, mają to gdzieś. No a jednak powinni kontynuować sprawę, bo naprawdę okazuje się potem, że po 20 czy 25 latach, kiedy już sprawa jest przedawniona, oni nagle im się zapala żarówka nad głową i nie wiem, jakieś dodatkowe poszlaki mają. Wznowienie śledztwa.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
With what? I got 7 bodies and still no leads. The Voodoo angle's worthless, and besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The Voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay, you want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
No dobra, pokażemy mu łuski węża.
I have these 2 snake scales. One's from the crime scene at Lake Pontchartrain. The other's from a snake in the Voodoo Museum on Ursulines and Charters.
Is this common? Do they all look alike?
Not at all. They're both constrictor scales and the coloring is the same. A python's coloring is quite individualistic.
A python?
That's right. Hardly an indigenous snake to Louisiana. Somehow, some way, the Voodoo Museum's python was at the scene of the Lake Pontchartrain murder.
Well, I'd call that a lead, all right. It definitely suggests certain lines of inquiry at the museum. Not bad work, Knight. Whether or not the museum's involved with a legitimate voodoo cult, though, is another matter. These guys may just be faking it too.
Okej, to chyba nie przekonało Mosleya. Co my mamy dalej? Notatki Hadridża.
I have this. Take a look at these notes. They're from Professor Hartridge at Tulane University.
Yeah? What about them?
They confirm that the pattern for the murders is of African origin.
This is interesting if it's true. But how do you know he had the right pattern?
To pokażmy mu właściwy wzór, który udało nam się zrekonstruować. Gdzie my go tutaj mamy?
You know those marks you found around the murder victims? This is a reconstruction of the whole pattern.
What makes you think this is an accurate reconstruction?
Well, I borrowed the partial patterns from your police file and did my own tracing of the pattern at Lake Pontchartrain. An architectural artist reconstructed it for me from the partials.
Really? So this is the whole pattern, huh? That's pretty good work, Knight. So that's what Hartridge used, huh? I guess his analysis is on target then. Okay, the murders were committed by a legitimate voodoo cult. You proved your point.
No i to wystarczy? Co byśmy mogli mu jeszcze pokazać? Stronę z książki? Może kod Voodoo?
These symbols are from Marie Laveau's tomb in St. Louis Cemetery. They're part of a secret voodoo code which I had translated by a voodooian.
Do they say anything about the murders?
Well, not exactly.
I'm sure that's a legit code of some sort, Knight, but unless it gives me the names and addresses of the killers, I don't think it'll be much help at this point.
Artykuł o Voodoo.
This is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the Voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
This does sound like the same M.O. 1810.
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? Or that they are a threat?
Okay, they're a threat. Okay, I'll reopen the case. I hate to admit it, but you've done some pretty good detective work here, Knight.
Well, you know what they say. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Well, point taken. Glad I could inspire you. I'll check around the department, but I have a feeling I'm on my own. I'll be in touch. Meanwhile, you stay out of trouble. I mean it.
I'll try. Thanks, bud.
No i udało nam się go przekonać.
Now lay low and let me handle this.
Yeah, fine.
No dobra. Tak więc wyjdźmy i chodźmy za nim. Powiedział, że nie mamy się wychylać. Ale my i tak to zrobimy.
It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
No i tym oto sposobem zakończyliśmy dzień 5.
Damn. What is it? What's wrong?
Gabriel!
I see it, Grace. Hold on. There's no one in the shop, and I know there's no one in the back. It's okay.
Okay? Gabriel, that thing is still barely alive. How could someone do this?
With a knife, maybe?
Oh, God, don't even start. We should call the police.
No, I'll take care of it.
But, Gabriel...
I said I'll take care of it. Why don't you go get some coffee? I'll have it all cleaned up before you get back.
They know where you live now.
Shh, it's gonna be fine. Now go on. Are you sure you don't want to go home? I could close the shop today.
No, I'd rather keep busy. I'll be fine. At least that creepy guy is gone. Not that they aren't still watching. Anyway, speaking of keeping busy... Gabriel!
I see it. Stay back.
Special delivery, it seems.
No dobra, moi kochani, w tym miejscu zakończymy sobie ten odcineczek. Mam nadzieję, że wam się podobało. Dzięki wielkie i do zobaczenia w kolejnych. Trzymajcie się, piona!